Hey, what's up guys, it's EXF and welcome back to another video. So today, we're going to be checking out the Gamdias Hermes E1A 3-in-1 gaming combo, which includes a gaming keyboard, mouse, and mousepad. Quick side note, this is directed more towards budget gamers, so if you are one, you're in luck. Anyway, I want to give a huge thank you to Gamdias for actually reaching out and setting this to me for video purposes, and so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into the review. Starting things off, we have the mousepad, which is the NYX E1. It has double layer fabrics and measures in size at 240mm long by 180mm wide and 3mm thick. It also has a non-slip rubber base, which does get the job done, but if you rest your hands on it while moving your mouse or intentionally push it on your desk, it will slide around. It is, however, very smooth feeling, which allows you to get those quick flicks while in game. The design of the NYX E1 has very lightly printed Gamdias logos on a black background, and in the bottom right corner there's another one of their logos, but much more visible, with the word Gamdias next to it, with small words printed in red saying Gaming Art in Motion underneath it. Shifting gears towards the mouse, we have the Zeus E2. There are 6 total buttons, however they're not programmable. It's got an ergonomic shape designed for the claw grip, and it measures in at 118mm long by 67mm wide and 38.5mm tall at its peak. It also weighs in at 78 grams. There's a rubberized 1.5 meter long cable, though I would personally prefer a braided one. The mouse switches are said to have a lifespan of 3 million clicks, which is plenty and will last you for a very long time. I will say, however, my right click button does feel a little bit loose on the upstroke while I was using it. The scroll wheel is decently tactile and relatively quiet as well. The side buttons are pretty thin and have a triangular prism shape, and they don't protrude out that much, which makes them a bit of a challenge to press. They also feel a bit mushy in a sense as well. I would like for it to move up a bit, as I found it hard to click them while I was in game. There are 3 feet on the mouse, 2 small and 1 big, and they're made out of a Teflon tape, which isn't going to be as smooth as something like PTFE, but most mice use it and is still very smooth when in use. A Gamdias logo is present on the mouse, and an RGB light strip runs around the mouse as well. But there's only one lighting effect, which I don't really know how to describe. Looks like almost sort of a wave, but really unsmooth. The Zeus E2 does have an optical sensor with 4 different DPI stages. The default setting is 1200, the next one is 1600, after that is 2400, and the last stage is at 3600. I would have liked to seen some more DPI stages that can go below 1200, as that may not be the best DPI stage for everyone, but maybe even better for the DPI stages to be customizable instead of just a fixed setting. It also has a polling rate of 125Hz, which basically means that the mouse will send a signal to the computer 125 times per second, or in simpler terms, an 8 millisecond delay. Lastly, we have the keyboard, the Hermes E1A. The top plate is made out of a plastic material, and there's a rubberized cable measuring 1.8 meters in length. The words Hermes E1A are printed right above the arrow keys, and another Gamdias logo is present underneath the center of the spacebar. On the underside, you have 2 rubberized flip-out feet and 2 rubber pads that keep the keyboard from sliding around on your desk. The indicators are right above the numpad, and when activated, a green LED will light up. Media keys are present, but you have to hold the function key in order to activate them. There are 3 brightness levels, and you can adjust them by pressing function either page up or page down at the same time. There are 3 lighting effects as well, 1 static with a color spectrum spanning across the board, and 2 breathing effects. The keycaps are made of a double-shot ABS plastic, but the characters on it aren't very permeable. Again, this keyboard has Mem-chanical switches, basically meaning that the stem and the housing look like that of a mechanical key switch, but it's really membrane-based. These Mem-chanical switches have a lifespan of over 12 million key presses, and they also have a click when you press down on them. However, it's very subtle, so it's not going to be as loud as, say, a Cherry MX Blue switch. The switches are also water resistant, so if you were to spill a drink on it, the keyboard will still be functioning. Now let me give you guys a quick sound test of these Mem-chanical switches, as well as a quick click test of these mouse switches as well. Then let's talk about pricing. You can get this on Amazon for only $25, and including a keyboard, mouse, and mousepad, this is truly a great price. And so to wrap it up in my final verdict, like I've stated earlier, I think this is a great combo to get if you're a budget gamer. The NYX E1 mousepad has a stylish design in my opinion. However, I would prefer for it to be a little bit bigger as it sort of limits the space you have for flicking. The non-slip base I feel like could be a tad bit better as well, but overall it's still pretty good. The Zeus E2 mouse has an ergonomic shape which is decently comfortable for my hand, and the buttons and scroll wheel are also relatively tactile. I would however prefer if the RGB would have a better lighting effect though, and for the DPI range to be larger than it is right now. I also think a good improvement to have would be to make the side buttons flat and have them protrude out some more, and have them shift up a bit on the mouse as well because it'd be easier to press. Because while I was in game, I found it somewhat difficult to press these buttons due to their shape and their position. And then lastly, we have the Hermes E1A keyboard. For a Mem-chanical keyboard, it's a great option to choose from. The switches themselves are obviously a bit mushy because it is in fact a membrane-based keyboard. I also would have liked to seen some more lighting effects such as a wave effect or ripple effect. The keycaps in my opinion could have a better permeability too because once again the light does not shine through that well. However, I do enjoy the inclusion of media keys despite them not being dedicated. I would also like to have seen a braided cable on both the keyboard and mouse. But once again, considering that this is a budget bundle, I can understand why it's not included. Anyway, that'll conclude my review for the Gamdias Hermes E1A 3-in-1 gaming combo. Once again, big thank you to Gamdias for sending this to me to review, and I really appreciate y'all for doing that. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up to show your support, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so I won't miss out on any of my future videos. I'm King Seth, and I'll see y'all next time.